I wish I could remove you from college grounds.
Please do not be
will
alarmed.
last you a lifetime.
I mean you no harm.
Several, if you're talented.
Whoa, this again.
It is good to meet you in person. I'd simply like to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with. I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Oncano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my Order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so. I presume you refer to Oncano's distaste for the Psijic Order. The Thalmor see our Order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them to control us. I assure you that we mean you no harm. As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided. We believe that your efforts should be directed towards dealing with the aftermath, but we cannot predict what that will be. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my Order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours. He was once a student here at the college. Now he is something different. I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry. Were you about to say something?
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here she is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Psijic Order. Here after all these years, and then he just leaves. I hope we didn't offend him somehow. Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed. Has Tofdir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject. Now, if you'll excuse me.
He just practically just told me who to talk to. put those special gloves on. The one that. No. That one. Yeah, I mentioned a little while ago about my leg. It's apparently, I think I may have pulled something while I was sleeping. And my leg is killing me. It's been like that since I woke up, so.
If you have a moment, could you help me with something?
Each one of my classmates has something that they want from me, but hers is bugged, so I'm not gonna do it.
The college will be here for you no matter what. We always look after our own. Well now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time. My goodness, it's been years since I've spoken with him. I suppose he's still down in the mitten, but I haven't checked. Are you going to see him? Do tell him hello for me, won't you? Underneath the college. It's not the nicest place, so if you go down there, please do be careful. Well, I suppose he wouldn't mind. It was all before my time, you understand. I've heard the stories, the same as anyone else. He was a brilliant student, an accomplished wizard, delved into magic in a way none had seen before. But I think he became too focused on just how much power he could acquire. That's what led to the accident. Until next time.
So it sounds like to me, he wasn't power hungry. He was just trying to figure out how much he can actually get
If there are any problems, let me know. It's
before
my
it
job.
became life
It's
threatening
running
or something.
smoothly.
Illusion really is the least appreciated of the... Yes, they have. I can feel the difference already. But, of course, I'm far more in tune with these sorts of things than most. Thank you. I appreciate your assistance. All right, then.
Most people could take that as him being power hungry, but no, I don't think he was power hungry. He was just trying to figure out exactly how much power he can have. And it just went horribly wrong.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Lady, I think you just need help. You got a
Why
really
are my
bad
research
case of...
materials constantly disappearing?
Bad case of paranoia schizophrenic woman. Oh, come on. Ah, come on. There we go. I don't know how to do it like that, but it just felt like it. It's a lot more fun. Oh, one sec. I'll go get a drink out of the fridge. I ran out. There we go. Alright, let's see what awaits us in here, shall we? Ooh. Looks like somebody got tortured in here. You can't lose that much blood and just be killed. They were tortured first. Ooh, ice. Bye-bye. Oh, I remember this place. Yeah, this place here, you can use this to create different objects and stuff. And I believe this this explains how the forge works. I'll get into probably using that forge there later on, and as you can see, it also has a conjuration symbol on it. But I'll get more into that later. What are you doing here? Isn't that an ancient Nordic tomb? Well, when the Pacific Order said that you were something else, he wasn't getting.
I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. Those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek. Indeed. And so you have come looking, though you do not know why. Like others before you, you blindly follow a path to your own destruction. The Thalmor came seeking answers as well, unaware they will be his undoing. Your path now follows his, though you will arrive too late. The one who calls himself Ankano. He seeks information about the Eye, but what he will find shall be quite different. His path will cross yours in time, but first you must find that which you need. You and those aiding you wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your archmage.
Now, after we're done speaking to the Archmage and stuff like that, there is something I want to do before we go any further into the storyline. I'm gonna head to my house in Bloodrum because there's a few things I want to pick up. I mentioned before about the Judge of Lord quests and stuff like that. Well, one of the quests, I may have brought this up, but I forgot. So I'm just gonna bring it up again. One of the quests is kind of gross. Yeah, I did mention that before in a previous video. Because you're dealing with the Daedric Lord of Plagues and disease. And, well, the reward for the quest is actually really good. It's a really fantastic reward. The quest itself is kind of gross, but the reward is substantial. Because you get this really awesome shield that not only protects you from physical damage, but magical damage too. So if I can go get the shield sooner rather than later, it will not only help me against magical fiends like necromancers and mages, but it also helped me against those filthy death lords that keep killing me.
It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Really? And what might that be? I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it. And how do you know of this? Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the Staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this. I certainly do. Since you went so far as to seek out the Augur for advice, I thought you'd be more enthusiastic. Something as specific and ancient as the Staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
The exact nature of my research is a secret, You mean the official sort of business? Well, no. No, not really. But I can't help but notice that you're doing quite well for yourself. Rising through the ranks and all. It may not be official, but there is a project I've been working on. I wonder if perhaps you could assist with it. What? No, goodness no. At least I don't think so. No, it's just something I'd prefer to keep to myself. Just bring me some Dwemer cogs. I need to examine them for the methods used in forging them. 10 of them should be enough for me to get a better understanding of how they were crafted. That's all I need, all right?
The quest line that he just gave me is actually 4 quests altogether.
I don't think anyone here truly understands how useful my work will be.
What he's researching in is the disappearance of the dwelling. He's been fascinated by their disappearance ever since he was a kid. But anyway, it comes in 4 quests. The first quest, you get 10 dwelling cogs for him.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
The second part, you have to... what's the second part? She must be upstairs. You have to get a certain, a special kind of soul gem from the wood elf.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary. No more than anyone else, I don't think. They're a very old order. Predated the Imperial Mages Guild by quite a bit. In fact, the Mages Guild was founded in opposition to the idea of the Psijic Order, that only an elite few should have control over magic. No one has seen or heard from them in over 100 years now, though. Well, that depends on what you're looking for. Veralda can teach destruction spells, and offers training in that school. Finis is one of the best conjurers in all of Skyrim, and can help with spells from that school. Don't let Tolfdir fool you. He's the preeminent scholar on alteration, one of the best in Tamriel, and always willing to pass on his knowledge. If you can find him and focus his attention, there's a great deal Drevis can teach you about illusion magic. And finally, there's Colette. She may be difficult to get along with. She's very knowledgeable when it comes to restoration magic. There are no expectations. This college is a place to study and practice magic freely. Hopefully any discoveries made in your pursuits will be shared with the members of the college first. That way, we all benefit. Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking? I see. Well, yes, I suppose I did mention it, though I'm not sure what he expects me to tell you. I only brought it to his attention a few months back when the Synod showed up here looking for it. They were apparently under the impression we were keeping it in a closet somewhere. Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor. Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power. No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mzulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative. I'm not really sure. Made and used by Magnus himself, if you believe those sorts of things. I believe I've heard it said that it's the only thing that could adequately contain his power. The sort of embellishment wizards of ancient times loved to make.
Alright, this is over here, East March. I think that's what they call it. But before I head out there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to my house and my room. I do have a few things in the drop off. And I'm also going to see if I have the required items for that Daedric Lord quest. Be right back.